We're going to be looking at a topic that has been, we've had a lot of stories on it, especially since the 2018 Farm Bill legalized hemp. And on the phone with us, we're going to talk a lot about that and some information that might be beneficial to you. And on the phone with us is Karen Howard, who's the CEO and Executive Director of Organic and Natural Health Association. And good morning, Karen.
Good morning.
All right, and where are we talking to you from?
Washington, D.C.
Oh, okay. A lot of stuff going on there, for sure.
The biggest news is the snow we had yesterday.
Oh, really? Okay, so it's a little reminder of winter full force. Very good. Well, we're glad you're with us this morning and maybe help to give clear focus on our topic. And we'll just start out by letting folks know about to tell them what is the Organic and Natural Health Association and why you're involved in the CDB conversation.
We're a nonprofit trade association, and we are located here in Washington, D.C. We're committed to consumer education, advocacy, and research, and we are focused on the dietary supplement space. So we're really about working to create a healthy planet for healthy people. And as a part of that, we've taken on the role of being an educator for people who are hoping to find a good quality CBD product in a marketplace that's just replete with problems.
Okay, so we'll get kind of down to the basics and ask the question, what is the difference between hemp, CBD, and marijuana?
Good question. So hemp and marijuana are both cannabis plants. The difference is that hemp, and now by law, since it's been regulated, cannot contain any more than 0.3% THC, which is that active ingredient that you find in marijuana. So it's been known as an industrial plant for many, many years, just happened over history and a long story to fall into an illegal space. And now it's legal. So now we deal with what we can use hemp for and all of its properties that are, can reduce stress, ease pain, and enhance your sleep capability, but without having any of that issue around, getting high from the marijuana plant.
Okay. So the current legal status, hemp, as we mentioned, illegal, the Farm Bill made it. How about looking at the others, CBD and marijuana? I know, of course, it goes without saying, in Washington State and Colorado made it legal a long time ago, but there's other states and other areas as well, I imagine.
Yeah, so if you just look at let's talk about the CBD side, instead of talking about the active THC and marijuana portion of it, this is where people are really confused. So with the CBD, is one of maybe 100 plus, 130 plus phytocannabinoids that is contained in this hemp plant. And it's been the one that's been most popular because we know it from being created as a drug to treat epilepsy in children. That became the drug Epidiolex. And this is where FDA has gotten involved with this. So all of a sudden, CBD became a really popular tincture and capsule to take all across the country. And FDA and demand really outpaced FDA's ability to understand what was happening, and certainly outpaced the research initiatives that are going on. Like hundreds of studies are being done on it now, but not much published work. So now we have this massive demand, and we have products all over the space, most of which don't even contain CBD oil, and a federal government that has basically said you can't treat CBD as a dietary supplement. It's not legal. And now states are taking steps to mimic that. And as I looked this morning, Washington State is one of those places that says CBD can't be put in food or supplements per like what the FDA's position is. So it's still on the shelves, and most of what people are buying doesn't even contain CBD. But for people who really want this product, we want to help them find it. Okay.
So looking at you may have alluded to this already, some of the red flags that a hemp product may not be of high quality. What are some things to look for?
One, if it says it's going to cure something, treat a disease, walk away from it. Those are illegal claims, and that's where most of these companies are getting in trouble with the FDA. So if it looks too good to be true, it is absolutely too good to be true. Another one is if it says it's approved by the FDA. The FDA doesn't approve these things. It only approves drugs and those kind of medical device issues. It never approves a dietary supplement. These are food issues. So run from that one as well. The other thing is oftentimes there's no company identification on these products. If you had a question, you wouldn't know where to go to ask it. So those are a few of the key reasons. The really red flag are the claims.
Okay. So we'll be taking a break here in just a couple minutes. Maybe another question to run past you. So what should you be looking for in a high-quality hemp product?
You really need to go to a reputable company, and that means you're going to need to do your homework. Stay away from Amazon. We've tested products there. They don't believe in selling CBD. They've said that. They don't restrict the advertising of CBD products. And none of those products are found to be containing anything other than hemp seed extract, which hemp seed doesn't have any CBD. So finding a reputable company where you can go investigate their website and look for a certificate of analysis that shows it's been tested and what it's being tested for and whether it contains contaminants or even things like pesticides.
Okay. We're talking with Karen Howard. She's the CEO and Executive Director of Organic and Natural Health Association, and kind of looking at the hemp hype and confusion around CBD. And we're going to take a quick break on this morning's Healthline program, and we'll have more right after this. 14 minutes after 8 o'clock on a Wednesday morning. Healthline coming your way. And again, at 8:30, we'll be bringing you the paid segment with Purity Health products. But before then, we still have quite a bit of time to find out more about our topic in the first half of this morning's program, and that is the hemp hype, and some great information that we are getting this morning from Karen Howard, who's the CEO and Executive Director of Organic and Natural Health Association. And another question that folks may be wondering, Karen, is, should companies be providing testing results of their products, and what should we be looking for?
That's a great question, and yes, all dietary supplement companies should really be providing testing results. And what we ask people to look for is, as I mentioned in the previous segment, to go to the company website. And the first thing you want to look for is this certificate of analysis that all good companies perform on the ingredients that they use in their products. And so you'll see exactly what the product is made of, all its different ingredients, testing for heavy metals, contaminants. And that's a really good sign of a company that's doing the work that you want. It also relates back directly to the label. And so looking like a dietary supplement label like you would see on the shelf, even though we're still in this mix of, how do we define what CBD is going to be in its next iteration, that's a really good sign of a good company. Testing is going to be more and more important as we go along, because hemp is a product that cleans the soil really well. For regenerative agriculture purposes, we can't do anything better. But that also means we run the risk of, consuming some of those contaminants in the soil, and that's certainly not anything that people are seeking to buy.
Oh, yeah, good point there. All right, so another question: what is the FDA's role with regulating CBD and hemp products, and what are they doing to help consumers?
That's a really good question. So as I mentioned early the FDA got kind of caught behind the 8 ball on this. And so subsequently they've been playing catch up. So they've made a decision that they're not going to let it be a supplement. Our industry disagrees with that. And realizing that since this is only one of the phytocannabinoids in this plant, that we could have this battle on every single one, and it is a plant-based product. We're committed to working as hard as we can to make it accessible instead of restricting its access to the pharmaceutical world, which is the battle that we do here in Washington, D.C. We know that hemp-derived products are not creating any harm, and that they're well suitable for what it is we do here. So now what the FDA has done is issued a long series of warning letters out to companies to get who are making these horrific claims to get their product off the shelves. But that's an uphill battle in itself. So what we see now is the journey from between a regulatory agency, the Congress, who writes the legislation telling them to do things and funds that effort, and then the populace at large and the lobbying industry to see how this all will work out. And I think that's just going to take some more time.
Well, I imagine so. So folks have been listening, and they like what they're hearing. I mean, helping to get them a little more focus on this topic. Where can people get more information on hemp and CBD, and how can they connect with you? I brought up the website, and it looks like a lot of good information there.
We do have a lot of good information at our site, organicandnaturalhealthassociation.org, and what you can do from there is I would recommend following us on Twitter and definitely getting on our Facebook page, because those are two places where we post regularly on updates and provide information about what's happening with the CBD world and lots of other issues. We also have a great site, nutrientpower.org, which is all about the nutrients we're all deficient in, and that's a great place to visit us as well.
All right. Well, Karen, thank you so much for being on with us. Anything else you want to run past us?
I would offer up one thing that I'm often asked sort of off the air by people who actually have pets, and I'm continually being asked about, is it safe for my dog, and whether people are seeing results or not. And I will tell you that it's even more important that you're careful with your pets, because THC is fatal. So you want to really make sure that you know what you're getting. You'll know if it works, because we don't have a placebo effect in our animals. And just be extremely cautious. And just a word of advice, there's an organization like mine that's called the National Animal Supplement Council. And if it has that seal, you know it's been tested.
Well, good. Thank you for sharing that. I'm sure that a lot of folks are glad to have that warning as well. So, well, Karen, thank you so much for being on with us, and hope that continue on the good fight there with helping to have more and clearer information on this whole topic of hemp and CBD, and hope that the snow isn't too much for you guys back there either.
It's not, but thank you for your concern. It's been a pleasure to be on.
All right. Thanks again. Bye-bye.
Bye.
And we'll take a break, and we'll tell you more things coming up in just a little bit here on this morning's Healthline program.